Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Telling Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
The most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I don't know. Let me tell you about the sentiment.
The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao
and local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. A Maisha Television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Nabongo Teachers Training College is now inviting applications from interested and suitable students for Diploma in Primary Teacher Education, DPTE, for 3 years. Upgrade from P1 to Diploma Primary Teacher Education for 9 months. DTE, Diploma Teacher Education Secondary Option. We are now admitting secondary school students from Form 1 to Form 3 entries. Welcome to Nabongo Teachers Training College. Call now 0704 366 140 0704 366 140 for Nabongo Teachers Training College admission. Call us now 0711 574 423 0711 574 423 Nabongo Teachers Training College, Bungoma.
Hello and welcome to Maisha Prime News. Remember, the truth is our priority. We give justice to your curiosity. Latest news, reported only here on Maisha Television News, giving you the latest and most credible news for today. My name is Rida Chebet Keri. Welcome. Well, we start with a story that is making headlines. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, on Tuesday awarded Somalia control of most of a potential oil and gas-rich chunk of the Indian Ocean after a legal battle with Kenya over their sea border. Bushebi Jr. brings us the full details on this.
The International Court of Justice ICJ on Tuesday handed down its judgment in favor of Somalia against Kenya over the contested parts of the Indian Ocean believed to be rich in oil and gas.
The maritime boundary between the parties having been determined, the court expects that each party will fully respect the sovereignty, sovereign rights and jurisdiction of the other in accordance with international law. I shall now read out the operative part of the judgment. For these reasons, the Court, 1. Unanimously finds that there is no agreed maritime boundary between the Federal Republic of Somalia and the Republic of Kenya that follows the parallel of latitude described in paragraph 35 above. 2. Unanimously decides that the starting point of the single maritime boundary delimiting the respective maritime areas between the Federal Republic of Somalia and the Republic of Kenya is the intersection of the straight line extending from the final permanent boundary beacon, PB29, at right angles to the general direction of the coast with the low water line.
In the new boundary, most of the disputed maritime territory has been given to Somalia. The ruling comes after Nairobi last week said it had revoked recognition of the court's jurisdiction.
The delivery of the judgment will be the culmination of a flawed judicial process that Kenya has had reservations with and withdrawn from on account not just of its obvious and inherent bias, but also of its unsuitability to resolve the dispute at hand. The judgment of the court, whichever way it decides, will have profound security, political, social, and economic ramifications in our region and beyond.
Wale ambao wanafikiria ya kwamba hatuko tayari kulinda mipaka yetu wajue hiyo ni ndoto.
Sisi tuko tayari kufanya vile inatakana kuhakikisha kwamba nchi yetu inabaki.
Somalia filed the case in 2014 at the United Nations highest court for disputes between states. The decision now determines who holds the rights to exploit oil and gas in the deep waters of the East African coastline. The case at the ICJ, also known as the World Court, has concerned a maritime boundary dispute over more than 100,000 square kilometers of seafloor claimed by both countries. In March, Kenya boycotted public hearings in The Hague. Kenya said on Friday that in addition to withdrawing its participation from the current case, it had joined many other members of the UN in withdrawing its recognition of the court's compulsory jurisdiction. The sea boundary row started in 2012 after Somalia accused Kenya of illegally awarding exploration rights in the waters to multinationals Total and Eni.
Tuajua mipaka yetu. Sisi tuaheshimu mipaka ya wengine. Hatudai inchi moja ya inchi ingine, hapana. Tumetosheka na ile inchi Mwenyezi Mungu ametupatia.
The extent of the hydrocarbon reserves in the disputed waters is unknown, but Kenya awarded the licenses at a time when the East African coast was emerging as one of the world's hottest oil exploration prospects. Rulings by the World Court are final. However, it has no direct means of enforcement, as some states have ignored its decisions in the past. Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Bushebi Jr.
And now to politics. The ODM leader Raila Odinga on Tuesday met with young people from Mount Kenya region at the University of Nairobi. The meeting is seen as an elaborate move by the former Prime Minister to extend his charm offensive in the Mount Kenya region. Antonio Sundwa with more.
With major constitutional changes suspended for now and swelling new alliances taking shape, Kenya's political scene is shrouded in uncertainty as the country eyes crucial elections due a year from now.
Most Kenyans want to have another chance at the elections on August 9th next year. Postponing those elections, like we saw in 2007, 2008, would occasion political violence.
Politicians are making inroads to different places to drum up support for their 2022 political ambitions.
Tukitoka hapa tutaenda kila mahali. Tutaenda sehemu ya Milima Kenya, tutaenda Nyanza, tutaenda kwa Kisii, tutaenda kila mahali. Mombasa kule pwani.
Tuache siasa duni, tuache ukorofi, tuache matusi, tuache kiburi. Tufanye kazi ya Big Four. Vijana 2 ama 3 wapate kazi.
Politicians are making inroads to different places to drum up support for their 2022 political ambitions. ODM boss on Tuesday met with youth from the Mount Kenya region where he championed for youth empowerment.
I'm myself a convert. I mean, not a convert. I've always believed in it. I've always believed that no society can grow if half of the population are not working and dependent on the other half, and these are part of the population that is productive.
The ODM leader has promised to have the youth allocated at least 4 cabinet positions if he is elected the president in the next elections.
We must change our police force, and we will change our police force. Retrain it, make it people friendly, and remunerate them properly.
The ODM leader pointed out that when he was the Prime Minister, he held summits on youth mentorship, adding that these would be part of his policies.
The issues of COVID and appointment of diplomatic service and so on, that's fine, you can take that for granted, that you can appoint the youth, quite a number of them as ambassadors, to represent the Republic of Kenya.
He pledged to have the youths in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs attending to matters of foreign affairs, since a majority of the citizens living outside the country are majorly the youth.
And having youth in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs attending to matters of foreign affairs. Because outside the country, the majority of people you have are youth. Students studying in different parts of universities in different parts of the world. So we'll have a youth looking after them. That's not a problem. We'll do that.
Odinga noted that if the youth are properly empowered, they become a proper source of wealth creation, further stating that this was part of the BBI's agenda.
I've lived in Norway, where I was forced by circumstances to flee into exile. And you need to go and look at how Norwegian women are making contribution to development of their country. Why can't we do it here in our country? You're talking about representation. And I've told my people that, look, you must come up with affirmative action to deal with the issue of gender. Why? Not because women are unable, because men will tell you, why can't they just stand up and also go and run as like men? They're able people. Why? But I tell them that there are certain historical factors which work against women.
Mr. Odinga noted that over 70% of the country's population being the youth, it should be a priority for any government to tap on this potential.
Sasa basi, kuna mwenye anasema kuwa yeye ana tikiti ya ODM, sijui loyalty, sijui fanyaje.
Na tunawaambia kama hawatusikii, ujumbe huu mfikie baba, tunampenda, tunapenda chama, lakini tunataka chama pia kitupende.
Alikuwa amekubali kwamba atafyatua risasi, alafu apeane nafasi Kalonzo naye afyatue yake.
Musalia has invested 10 political years in him. Kalonzo has invested 10 political years in whom? Kati ya sisi watatu tumeinvest in our brother Raila 30 political years.
Antonio Sundwa, Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Sasa wewe ndugu Raila, this is your time now bwana. to return your hand.
The Hustler Nation supporters must scrutinize and understand the bottom-up economic model that aims to radically transform the country through the creation and expansion of the economic opportunities for everyone. These were the sentiments of the Deputy President William Ruto during a consultative meeting with United Democratic Alliance UDA party aspirants from Murang'a County, Kirinyaga County, Nyandarua, Embu, Kiambu, Machakos County, Kitui and Makueni at his current residence in Nairobi County. Bushebi Jr. compiled a full report on what transpired there at the DP's residence.
Deputy President William Ruto met political aspirants from across the country allied to the United Democratic Alliance UDA on Tuesday.
We welcome you to this sitting.
The hosting at his current residence a few days after KANU party held its national delegates meeting in Nairobi, and OCA principals met with Mount Kenya Business Foundation, aims at solidifying his UDA support base and streamline the party's internal leadership.
We must build our agenda on matters that are dear to the people of Kenya, right? And let me tell you, I have been in this public space as a member of parliament, as a minister, as a deputy president, right? And I know what leadership can do because I am a practitioner.
During the consultative meeting with the United Democratic Alliance party aspirants, the UDA leaders focused on the prevailing political situation in the country and the 2022 campaign roadmap, calling on the parliament to assign enough monetary resources to IEBC to facilitate voter registration process.
IEBC have released a timetable on the places where they will be registering voters. I want to ask each and every leader to familiarize themselves on the IEBC calendar of areas where they will be recruiting new voters so that we can mobilize the new voters around the areas and the dates when IEBC are present to enlist them as voters. We also want to ask IEBC to make sure that there are enough kids everywhere in Kenya so that every citizen can have the opportunity to be enlisted as a voter, those who are not enlisted. And if there are additional resources required, Parliament should allocate additional resources to IEBC so that IEBC can discharge their mandate and make sure that every voter in Kenya is not denied their chance to participate in ensuring that the next election 6 million new voters participate.
The second in command and currently the UDA leader said that he did not need followers who will leave their brains behind and follow him. Instead, he reiterated his need for brilliant and smart followers.
As the team leader of this team, I want this team to be knowledgeable about where we are. Mimi sitaki, kuna watu wanasema they are cows to other leaders. Mimi, I don't want no cow. Sijui kama tunaelewana. There are people who are following others blindly. I don't want nobody to follow me blindly. I want us to agree that we are going this way and everybody must reasonably understand that we are going this way for this reason. I have told you, number one, you have made the right decision to participate in the politics of your country. Number two, you have made the right decision to join UDA. Do you understand? Number three, I have told you we have a plan.
And I think that is why in the area where I'm coming, in the Rift Valley, we are not taking chances with the Deputy President. Yes, he's born there, but he's a national figure. So we will have to put our priorities on the table and tell him, we will vote for you, but A, B, C, and D is what we expect you to deliver.
Speaking on leadership, The deputy president said that he had garnered enough experience to lead and that his leadership ideals are not only worth emulating but rewarding too.
Many of you maybe are new politicians and you can benefit from my experience. There are many things that can change just with leadership. No miracles required. That's why we are saying we are going to change the economic model. We changed the model of constructing roads, we got results. We changed the model of connecting electricity, we got results. We are changing the model of the economy. I promise you, we will get results.
The DP also drummed up support for his bottom-up economic plan for the country, terming it as the change that Kenya needed. With polls just around the corner, politicians are regrouping and realigning themselves once again as vote rush hour ticks.
Thank you. Let's have our seats.
Several leaders allied to the deputy president have exhibited high hopes of forming the next government.
Harambee! Harambee! Si mnajua tutashinda serikali.
The aspirants were from Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Nyandarua, Embu, Kiambu, Machakos, Kitui and Makueni are the current residents in Nairobi County. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabi Jr.
Orange Democratic Movement grassroots leaders in Mombasa County are calling on the party leader Raila Odinga to ensure there will be no favorism in the nomination process. The leaders say that party primaries are the grassroots should be at the grassroots should be free and fair to accommodate all the ODM aspirants.
Tunataka uchaguzi ulioko huru na haki. Lakini sisi tunasema saile sangangane, kuna mwenzake ameweka miguu kwa TV anaangalia anasema certificate niko nayo.
Kwa hiyo tunaomba chama cha ODM tufanye free and fair nominations. Kwa nini tuje tudhulumiwe wakati wa nomination? Baba anataka foot soldiers ambao watafanya kazi mpaka baba apate sifa.
Schools resumed on Tuesday for the second term after a one-week break in line with crash learning program. Parents and learners through various bus stations as public service operators double fares to meet the huge demand. Philip Simiu brings us details on this.
As the school operation resumes after the one-week holiday, Bungoma County parents have decried over the limited time they are having in providing academic needs, including the school fees for their children.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Jen Barasa. Mimi ni mzazi. Na kulingana na maoni ya wakati muda ambao tumepewa kama break kwa wanafunzi, mimi naona huu muda ni kidogo sana. Ni kwa sababu unapata wazazi wengi hawawezi kupata fedha ya kutosha wakati huo. Naona kama wakati ule mwingine tulikuwa tunapewa kama 1 month, mzazi anajipanga vizuri. Lakini sasa hii 1 week na pengine uko na watoto kama watatu. Umeona? Kutafuta hiyo school fees ya watoto watatu kwa 1 week ni ngumu sana. Na huko shuleni hakuna mwalimu anataka mtoto aingie kwa class kama hajalipa school fee.
This comes as most of the parents have been complaining over the low-based economy caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, saying that within that short break given by the Minister of Education over the school holidays sounds less for school fees preparation.
Hata uchumi pia iko juu sana. Hata sisi tukienda kuuza huko nje huwa tunapitia changamoto pia, pesa hakuna kabisa. Haya vitu ndio zimepanda. Nasikia vitu vimepanda. Watoto wanafunga wiki moja wanarudi shule. Mzazi bado hujapata pesa. Sasa unaona watoto kila saa kwa njia wanataka kwenda nyumbani pesa. Hasa ndio tunaomba tu serikali itukumbuke.
They are now urging the national government through the Minister of Education to come up with suitable way of dealing with this situation.
Tukumbuke kwa watu wake. Hasa kama wamama wasaa wenye wajiwezi sana wanakaa kwa nyumba au wapati mapato wanakaa tu. Sasa mtu anakaa tu ili ya kuhurumisha. yana chakula ama ana nini.
So mimi naona ni ngumu sana. I think mimi hata na prefer wangerudisha tu ile system yetu ya 844. Kama hii system imeinterrupt so many plans ambazo government ilikuwa nayo, ili wazazi wakuwe na muda mzuri ya kutafuta school fees na kulipia watoto wao.
Serikali watupeko msaada ya watoto kusoma. Kuna watoto wengi huwa waendi shule juu ya karo ya shule imewalemea.
For Prime News Maisha Television, I'm Philip Smith.
And did you know that you don't have to travel to your home areas to change your voter registration details or register as voters for the upcoming election? EBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati told the members of Parliament on Tuesday that the listing can be done at any of the 52 Huduma centers across the country. Chebukati says this is to ensure that the returning officer has confirmed the voter moving to a new area and has stayed in the constituency for 6 months. He reported that as of Tuesday, October 13th, at least 243,220 new voters had been listed.
An officer to ensure or rather effect an application for transfer, he has to satisfy himself that the particular voter is a resident of that area for a period of 6 months. Now it's very, very difficult to leave this to the clerks who are temporary officials, and that's why as a commission we say let the registration be handled at the constituency level. And the other reason is to avoid situations where you have mass movement of voters being taken out of an electoral area to another electoral area for reasons which we all may or may not know. Is that we don't want transfers to crowd the registration which is ongoing in the ward, because you have a situation where only transfers are being targeted at as opposed to new voters. Our target is to get new voters.
To also understand we are operating on a tight budget. Increasing kids means deploying more personnel. And this is the luxury that we don't have.
Moving on, Dominion College, which is situated in Bungoma town in Bungoma County, boasts a highly trained tutors and well-equipped learning infrastructures. The institution is now calling on parents to admit their children as the intake is ongoing. Let's have a look. The educative nature of the society is growing at a very high rate in Kenya. This is clearly seen by the availability of education-based centers, which have a main mission of imparting skills to every youth, irrespective of the age, financial status, and education level.
That education isn't just an expense, no. It is a valuable investment. It is the thing that turns our world around and gives our young people opportunities.
Dominion Training Institute, located in the Northern Plaza near the G4S offices in Bungoma town in Bungoma County, is massively equipped with skilled trainers who are well set to issue out educative skills to every student, offering courses from the artisan level, certificate level, diploma level, as the school's registrar Mr. Dominic Wabwile narrates.
Kwa majina naitwa Dominic Wabwile. Mimi nasimamia upande wa registration pamoja na kwa mnahitaji kwa Kiswahili accountant. Shule ya Dominion ilianzishwa mnamo mwaka wa 2004 wakati ilianza na courses kidogo, na tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu imeendelea na imezidi kubebea katika ulingo wa business courses. Ilianza na courses za business management, utangazaji. Tumekuwa na courses za mtu akitaka kuwa hizo accounts za Kasnep, tukakuwa nazo tukiendelea. So kuanzia muda huo mpaka sasa shule yetu imekuwa na courses nyingi. Bila tumesema sasa wakati huu tuko na courses nyingi, kama unataka kuwa mpishi, wanataka kuwa mtu wa kutengeneza tuseme mambo ya stima, tuseme kwamba ICT. Tuko na courses kama anataka kuwa secretary kwa ofisi. Shule yetu pia imekuwa na hizo courses na tumeona wanafunzi wetu wengi wakisoma na wakiajiriwa katika idara mbalimbali.
The institute also faces some challenges being a private institution, among them being competition from the other public institutions and over-dependency on school fees for development, as most of the private institutions lack government support.
Shule yetu inazingatia sana mfuko wa mzazi, ambapo vile mnaona hii shule yetu ni ya private, lakini mkubwa wa shule hii alionelea kwamba anaweza saidia society. Unaona kwamba kusaidia society ni lazima nianzishe shule ambayo pia itasaidia watoto wetu wasome, kwa sababu walikuwa wanaangalia watoto wengi wakimaliza form 4 wako nyumbani, wanasema hawana school fees. Wengine wanasema maybe bei ni kali, wengine wanasema maybe grade yao walipata hairidhishi. Lakini yeye akaona kwamba especially NEC iko na courses ambazo zinasaidia kila mtu, whether umeanguka mtihani ama umepita. Wewe ukikuwa determined unaweza fanya hizo courses na uachieve chenye unataka. Sasa course yetu fees yetu inalingana na vile umechukua course gani, na rate zetu ziko chini sana.
He urges the national government through the Ministry of Education to try and balance private and public institutions as they have a common role of educating Kenyan child.
Mimi ningependa sana kuambia serikali kwamba kusaidia mwanafunzi sio lazima muweke colleges zenu zifinye private, bali mungefanya kazi kwa pamoja na private institutions ili hata hao pia wapate grants za kusaidia ili waweze watoto wetu waendelee kusoma, kwa sababu ukifanya statistics naonyesha wanafunzi wengi sana ambao wameajiriwa, wengi katika hiyo sekta wamesomea private, ni wengi sana ambao wameajiriwa kwa government. So haimaanishi kwamba mwanafunzi anasema asome kwa government peke yake ndio aendeleze uchumi, but katika private pia government nasai angalie isaidie hizi private ili zikaweze kuamuka zisifinywe.
Mr. Wabwire calls upon any trainee who wants to join the institution to make the step as the intake is still ongoing.
Ningependa kuambia kwamba saizi masomo ndio ufunguo wa maisha yetu, na vile tumesema kwamba usiangalie kwamba Kenya uchumi ni mbaya, lakini vile tumesema sisi kwamba Dominion tumesaidia wengi wakuje wajiandikishe, wajienroll kwa courses ambazo wanataka wafanye. Sisi tuko hapa kuwasaidia, hata kama hauna school fees yote utakuja wajadili na sisi tujue utalipa aje. So nataka kuwaomba wote kwamba shule iko free, iko open, wanaweza kuja wa enroll, na hizi courses vile tumesema kwanza za arts and hizi zitawasaidia sana na wakaweze kuendelea. Shule yetu saizi intake inaendelea na saizi tunachukua wanafunzi, so tunawakaribisha.
Maisha TV. Small-scale traders are facing the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, especially after the government imposed several restrictions in order to curb the spread of the virus. Antonio Sundo brings us the impact of COVID-19 to traders.
In December 2019, a new respiratory illness referred to as COVID-19 caused by a novel coronavirus was first detected in the central Chinese city of Wuhan. Within the first 5 weeks of the outbreak, tens of thousands of people were infected and more than 1,000 died. The outbreak has been categorized as a public health emergency by the World Health Organization. Not surprisingly, the virus is having economic impact throughout the world, and the major economic sectors in Kenya have not been spared. Traders have been forced to close their businesses, downgrade, or survive with losses or low income. Health measures imposed in Kenya, such as curfew, have left many businesses hurting, and this is the impact of COVID-19 on traders.
As the struggle to fight with the low economy in this era of the COVID-19 pandemic goes on, many small-scale traders are now up with their arms, strongly said to fight for a better tomorrow.
Tujipe moyo. Hali ni ngumu, lakini ile kidogo utapata, utabidi utumie jinsi ilivyo. Kwa sababu saa hii hata fedha hakuna, ukisema utapata fedha nyingi, ndio ufanye mradi zingine itawezekana.
Since the pandemic struck the nation, the national government came up with some restrictions such as curfews and lockdowns through the Ministry of Health to make sure they fight against the dangerous disease.
To the public and leaders to continue to observe the measures that have been advocated as critical COVID-19 prevention measures. We all know them: face masking, observance of social distancing in public places, and of course continued hand washing with soap and water or sanitizing.
The government went on to bring some various vaccinations as a directed way which sounds safer in the fight. Many small-scale traders felt a different way of life as the behavior between the customers and them changed, time limit reduced due to the curfews, forcing them to incur losses on their businesses. We met Peter Barasa, a small-scale trader who deals with the beauty and therapy industry.
Naitwa Peter Barasa. Kama venye unaona, nafanya kazi ya urembo, beauty. Nilisomea miezi 6, 1 year ago. Nimeanza mwaka moja imepita. But sasa nashukuru Mungu pale penye nimefikia. Nilipenda sana kutoka utotoni. Sio kwa sababu ya warembo. Nilipenda kazi ya urembo. Kwanza urembo inaanzia nyumbani, umeona? So kazi ukishaanza unaanzia nyumbani. Ukishafika umri fulani, utaelewa uko na kipawa fulani. Alafu utaelewa unatakana kufanya kitu fulani kwa maisha. So nimeanza na biashara mingi, lakini wakati nimefika kwa kazi ya beauty, kung'arisha, kufanya vitu ya urembo kama kupaka, kuchora, kuweka piko, ina, yani vitu tofauti tu. So nikashaanza kuzoea, na pia venye nilikuwa natoka nyumbani sikuwa najua kama nafanya biashara. But nikafika town hapa, nikaona mabeshte wangu wanafanya biashara, na mimi kabidi nikaenda shule sasa kusoma.
Peter narrates on how life has been before the pandemic and basically after the pandemic.
So, wakati COVID-19 imekuja, customer kuwapata sio rahisi. So imekuwa napata customer kama ilikuwa hapo nyuma natengeneza customer kama 15, tengeneza kama customer 20, but venye COVID-19 imekuja, unapata customer kama wameenda sana 10 kurudi chini. Alafu pia uchumi umesorota, vitu imepanda bei. Hatujui sasa tunaelekea wapi. Kama kwa mfano Marketex zimeuza bei rahisi hapo nyuma, but sasa hizi zimepandishwa bei kabisa. Sio changamoto yenye tunakutana nayo kwa biashara zetu.
He urges the national and county government to lift some restrictions, check on the charges of daily receipts and licenses, away from maintaining a good environment around their working stations, such as making of roads.
Kitu kingetusaidia ni moja, kwanza wangaangalia saidi ya receipt, watuokolea hapo hizo kwanza, kwa sababu kitu kingine unaweza kuwa customer hajakuja, but yao kikuja tu wanataka pesa. Na kitu ya kwanza ningependa ku advise serikali yetu ya county itusaidie sana, kwa sababu hapa pali hata mvua penye, hata venye unaona hizi barabara, mvua ikinyesha hapa hatupati tena customer. Unaona? Hii na Machanja road, but hii imetengenezwa paka pale nyuma, alafu hapa hivi tumeachiwa tu. Unaona? So tulikuwa natarajia hii barabara itapitishwa paka pale, but for now hii barabara haijapitishwa paka pale. So mvua ikishanyesha, hata ikinyesha saa 8 hatuwezi pata tena customer. So kitu nyonge tuonea kwanza hii barabara kwanza ipitishwe, ndio sisi tufanye biashara yetu ikuwe mzuri.
He also urges his fellow business partners to maintain being faithful with any kind of work they do, persevere, as this situation will soon be back to normal.
Advice kitu wangefanya tu waombe Mungu, kwa sababu hatujui pale uchumi inaenda ya taifa yetu, hatuelewi tunaelekea wapi, hatujui hata ni kitu gani tunafanya. So wao tu bidii kwa kazi zao.
Education is the key to success. Well, currently it is the skills which matters. Navaholo TVC, which is located in Navaholo constituency in Kakamega County, is a vocational and training college which offers several diploma and certificate courses. Here is the full report.
Since the country is going technical,
job markets in the country is slowly shifting to skill-based, and for that reason the government has gone a step ahead and introduced vocational and technical colleges across the country.
Hivyo sisi tunafurahia hasa aliyeileta hapa, na mwambie aendelee kutushikilia mkono na tuendelee kufanyia kazi pa.
In Kakamega County, Navaholo constituency, Navaholo Technical and Vocational Training College is determined to produce skilled students, just as driven by the name of the institution. Mr. Wawire, the TVC principal, gives us the outlook of Navaholo Technical and Vocational Training College.
My name is Harvey Gilbert Wawire. I'm the principal of this college. It's called Navaholo Technical and Vocational Training College. It was digital. We opened the doors to students in January 2020. From that time, we have the courses as follows being offered in this college.
With the main course being Diploma in Building and Civil Engineering, the institution offers other several courses, among them Diploma in Land Survey, Certificate in ICT, Diploma in ICT and Artisan courses.
We have Diploma in Building and Civil Engineering, Diploma in Building Technology, Diploma in Land Survey. We have the certificate in land survey, certificate in building technology, certificate in water engineering, and certificate in ICT. We also have, diploma in ICT. We have also advanced courses. The advanced courses we have two, although we are going for others. We have plumbing at Sun and this one at Sun. It so happens that because of the policy of the government, they are giving centers of excellences in different TVCs. Our college actually is proud to be given building and civil engineering.
The institution's workshop is well equipped to industrial level, hence making the students marketable in the job market.
We have all our workshops full with not only training machines, but most of machines are up to industrial level. So students who will go through this college will not have any problem with joining the industry, because most of the machines are computerized, and that's what's happening there.
The students have lauded the area member of parliament and other leaders for the institution, saying it has largely benefited the community.
And I'm one of the beneficiaries of the TTI, which has been brought to us by Navaholo. And I would like to urge all the other members all over the country, that is apart from Kakamega County, you come and join us so that we can use this facility which has been given to us by our MP Mheshimiwa Wangu. Right now we don't have to go to other counties so that we can learn, but we just come from home and get education.
Fees for Navaholo Technical and Vocational Training College is quite affordable, as highlighted by the school principal. According to Mr. Wawire, the fee is nearly free as the government caters for a large amount of the fee payable.
The government is giving students 30,000 and the fees is just 56,420. That means 26,000 will be from the help loan given to us through our account, plus the 30,000, and then the student will have paid fees. And that's why we are saying it's nearly free education. And if the government is giving such chances to students, and most colleges are getting students, we want to also be like them.
The CDF office also plays a key role in financial support to the institution, including bursaries, scholarships, and support in school infrastructures.
Barasa, nikiwa CDF chairman Navaholo constituency. Hapa naongea nikiwa Navaholo Technical Vocational Training College, ambayo ni baadhi ya ile miradi Mheshimiwa Emmanuel Wangu amesaidia kusimama hapa Navaholo. Kwa hii college kama CDF tuliweza kupatiana 10 million. Hiyo 10 million ya kusaidia kuanza basics za kuanzisha hii college. Then number 2, through the office of CDF tumeweza kupatiana full scholarship kwa wanafunzi 50 students wamepata full scholarship until they finish their courses kwa hii college. Apart from that, pia CDF through office ya Mheshimiwa tumepatiana bursaries. Students applied directly na wamepata bursaries kwa hii shule. Then beyond that, through the intervention ya Mheshimiwa, college imepata maji. Borehole iko hapo ya maji, na hii borehole pia inasaidia na community around. Then by large, college haikuwa na barabara ya kufika kwa college. Kupitia kwa ofisi ya Mheshimiwa, ile inaitwa Kera Funds, Mheshimiwa ametengeneza hii barabara, so I think the college saizi imesimama.
The principal is now appealing to parents to bring their children to the institution for a better future.
We are appealing for the parents in and out of our county and the country at large, that we have a college which can give some life to your child.
Now, nataka tuambie wananchi kutoka Western, kutoka Navaholo, kutoka Kenya jumla, wakuja wa utilize zile vifaa ziko kwa hii college yetu. We are having the best training equipment kwa hii college yetu, and we are appealing kwa wanafunzi wale wamemaliza shule wakuja hapa Navaholo Technical Vocational Training College for their diplomas, for their certificates, so that at the end of the day they are going to compete with their colleagues from other regions.
For Maisha Prime Maisha Television, I'm Rida Chebet Kering. Well, you've just had the latest news around the globe. Again, this is Maisha Prime News. News with no bias, news with no exception, delivering nothing but the truth. I'm Rida Chebet Kering. Enjoy the rest of your day.